Now we get to know the rooks. So every player has two rooks, and you can see them on the starting position here on A1, H1, A8, on H8. The rooks are pieces that only move on files and ranks. So this rook on A1, for example, can move to B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, and G1. On an empty board, it could also go to H1, but it's not allowed in chess to capture a known piece. So this rook cannot go to H1. And same as for the queen, by the way, it's not possible for the rook and the queen to jump over pieces. So if you assume that this rook here on H1 is not on H1 but on D1, the rook on A1 could not jump over the rook here on D1. It can just go to B1 and C1, but not to E1 then. Okay, this was on the first rank, but the rook can also go on the file here, on the A file. So we can move to A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, and A7. And on top of this, we can capture the black rook here on A8. So let's assume we just move the rook to D1 here. And now it's black turn, and he can do the same things as white, so he can move on files and ranks. Let's assume he goes to H6 now. White can now, with this rook, either go to G1, F1, or E1, but he can't go to D1. This is what I explained earlier. He can't move to a square where no piece is already staying, and he can also not move to C1, because this would mean that he jumps over the rook. This is not possible, so he can't go to A1 either. So if you look at the H file now, it's a bit similar, like on the first rank. The rook can go to H2, H3, H4, and H5, and it can also capture on H6 the black rook. But you cannot jump over the rook to H7. This is not possible, and also not H8. But because black just offered us to take this rook here on H6, we take the opportunity and let's grab this rook. So there's an advantage now for white, who has two rooks and black has just one. So let's assume black plays rook to C8, and it's white turn, and he moves the rook to C6. Now it's black turn again, and he can capture, for example, the rook on C6, but he can also move the rook to another square. So this is a rook. Let's analyze the knight